In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the battle bus from the game Fortnite. If you enjoy this video, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that so much. If you want to check out any more builds by me, please check out the card system and the description below for all of my stuff. I'd highly recommend the Fun House Builds playlist. I think that might be right up your alley. And stick it to the end of the video to see who receives a shout out in this video. All you've got to do is just make it all the way to the end. And that is pretty much everything. Let's get started. So before we begin, I should let you know that the bus will require about a 7 block area by a 22 block area. That is 7 blocks coming across the front by about 22 blocks going towards the back. Now, I don't know how many blocks high this thing is, but I'm hoping it won't matter. I'm sure that you guys realize it's quite tall, so don't make it in any sort of enclosed area. We'll also need all of these materials that I have in my hotbar and the ones in my inventory as well. I might have forgotten some. That's a common theme here. I quite often forget a material. Really easy to do with the sort of builds that I do. Make sure that you have absolutely everything. We're starting with these ones right here. Once you have them all, once you've got enough space, we can begin. I will also pause the video if necessary if you need a little bit of time. So, assuming that you yourself have made this grid in your world, I'm going to begin on the front left-hand corner of the grid. I want to move to the right by 1, and then in by 2. 1, 2. This is where I'm going to start. Begin with 2 stone brick slabs stacked on top of each other. 1, 2. Then place going backwards a birchwood slab. If you like, you can remove the brick and replace it with a stone brick slab, as we don't want a solid brick, we do in fact want a slab, but how else are you supposed to get one there? Once you've done that, we want to move backwards from the birchwood slab, and you want to place a black concrete, and then a birchwood slab, and then place a stone brick slab, and then a blue concrete. And then 7 stone brick slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then a birchwood slab, a black concrete, a birchwood slab, and then 4 stone brick slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come across the back of the bus by extending the 4th slab across the back of the bus by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then extend towards the front of the bus by 3. 1, 2, 3. Place a birchwood slab, black concrete, birchwood slab. Then place 7 stone brick slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I've actually forgotten that this side is a little bit different. Continue on by placing 2 more stone brick slabs. 1, 2. I do apologise. The reason that there is a blue block on that side is because there is a door, but there isn't one on this side, so easy mistake to make. Continue on by placing a birchwood slab, and then black concrete, and then a birchwood slab, and then a stone brick slab. Connect the stone brick slab together, front block to front block, like this. So all in all, you want to have a shape which should look like that. It's quite a long bus. Fill in the center of the bus using stone brick slabs, or whatever material you want to use. I mean, maybe you want to use some stone slabs just to vary it up a bit. But I suspect that you're not really going to be going inside of the bus too often. Or maybe you will, I don't know. So we want to have something which should look exactly like this. Now, I think that the best starting point for this is to come all the way back to where we first started, which is of course this corner block right here, this literal corner. This is the first block that we placed, kinda. On top of this, place a blue concrete, and move backwards from that blue concrete by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Like that. We then want to, on top of this block, which is right in the corner, we want to place a blue concrete, and in front of it, a black concrete, like this. And we want to replicate this on the opposite side, so come to the opposite side here, and copy the shape. So on top of this corner, place a blue concrete, and move back by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Place a blue block in the corner, with a black block in front, like that. Then connect the black blocks together, across, like this. You can even, what you actually kind of want to do is place a row of light grey concrete connecting the blue blocks together behind. And then we're going to place a row of black stained glass pane on top of those grey blocks. And we want to place the glass connecting to the blue, so like a big windshield like this. Then we want to place a black concrete in front of the blue blocks, like above the glass, so like here and here. And we want to connect them side to side using blue concrete, like this. So that's kind of what you want to have so far, ladies and gentlemen. Now, once you have done that, we now want to place in front of these 5 black blocks, take the middle block, extend it towards you, place a black left and right, and place light grey all the way underneath, like that. We then want to place a row of a material that we don't have. I did tell you that I forget something. We actually need stone slabs. I do apologize. I almost always forget something. It's so easy when you're using so many materials. You could even use stone brick slabs if you like, if you don't want to get the stone slabs. Place a row of stone slabs in front of the upper half of the light grey blocks, like that. Perfect. Now, what you can do is you can place a grey concrete in front of the middle stone slab. And place a yellow concrete block on top. And place 3 up-back diagonals using your yellow concrete going towards the up and back of the bus. So it'll look like 1, 2, 3. And go back by 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. So we want to have something which should look quite like this. Now I'm just going to get rid of the black stained glass pane for a moment, and I'm going to grab a hopper because we want to place a hopper in front of the grey concrete, like this. Don't ask me what that is, I don't know, but it exists on the bus, that's all I can tell you. Now, once you've done that, we have a few item frames to place. Grab the item frames and place an item frame in front of the corner blue block at the front of the bus and to the left of it. So like in front and to the left, and on the opposite side in front and to the right, and also in front of the black blocks at the top of the bus as well. So you want to hit all of those blocks. We need 3 colours. We need white, red, and orange concrete. Place white concrete in front of the, like on the front facing item frames at the bottom of the bus, with orange concrete on the side item frames. And place red concrete in front of the 2 item frames on the top front part of the bus. Like that. We then want to build up a little bit more of the bus. So we want to continue on. Now that we've kind of like built quite a bit of the front of the bus, let me show you how you would get on the bus. So I'm going to get rid of those 3 materials for now. I'm going to grab an iron door. On top of the blue concrete block that touches the ground, there is only one of them in the entire build. Place an iron door. And I'm also going to place a glass above it. And I'm going to place a blue concrete block above that. Extend the blue concrete to the left and downwards like this to seal in the door. I'm also going to use buttons, stone buttons specifically, and I want to place a stone button left of the door, preferably the upper half. And whilst we are here, we can place buttons on all of the sides of the wheels. The wheels are the black concrete blocks that are touching the ground. that are connected together using birchwood slabs. The birchwood slabs, by the way, as you might not get it, the bus itself has braces on the wheels that are yellow. We don't really have a yellow slab, so hence the birchwood. There we go. On the opposite side of the bus, I just ran into it. On the opposite side of the bus where we have this row of blue, we want to equal the blue that we have on the opposite side, so we want to add 2 rows of blue inside of this row. This makes the opposite side of the bus even. If you like, you can even install a window in the same position as we did on the opposite side, kind of like that. It's up to you though. Now, once you have done that, we want to return back to this side. I know that we're jumping all over the place, guys. I do apologize, but this is just how it goes. What we now want to do is we want to grab the black concrete. And we want to take this blue block here that is touching the bottom of the door and extend it backwards using your black concrete, like this, going all the way back. On top of that row, place a row of blue concrete. So, all the way, front to back, back to front, whatever, blue concrete. Now, going left of this blue concrete right here, left of the window, you want to place yourself a black concrete, followed by a black glass. Then a black concrete, black glass, black concrete, black glass, black concrete, black glass, black concrete, glass, concrete, and then 2 blue blocks to finish it off, like that. Then if you start on the left hand side, you want to place nothing on top of this blue block, but on the first one in, place a blue concrete and extend it all the way to the right like this. So we want to have something which should look exactly like that. And once you have done that on one side, you want to come all the way over to the opposite side and replicate it. So literally, look forwards, copy what you've done onto this side. I'm sure that you won't have too many troubles doing that. It should be quite easy, hopefully. So literally, just copy exactly what you've done on that side. I'm doing it quite fast, to be fair, but it should be fairly simple because the row is, it's right in front of your eyes, so I'm sure that you won't have too much trouble doing it. If you need to catch up with me, then please pause the video for a moment. Make sure that you have done all of that right. I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've done it perfectly. Once you've done that, we can continue on. I'm going to fill the roof in using blue concrete. We have to fill the roof in, unfortunately. I wish that we didn't have to go to the effort, but we do. We're going to fill the roof in using blue concrete. From front to back, back to front, side to side. We don't want to have any gaps in the top of the bus because there is going to be a very important thing on top of the bus, which I'm sure that you guys are aware of. Like that. Now, if we come to the back of the bus, we do have something here. We want to begin by placing an iron door right at the back of the bus as a little escape hatch. We also want to place a glass on top of the door and blue concrete left and right of the door, just filling in any gaps that we may have had. We also want to grab item frames, orange concrete and red concrete. Place an item frame on the back corners of the bus. So on the corner, like on the side facing towards you, the back corner, and on the the actual side of the bus. Exact same as what we did on the front, but it's on the back. Place red concretes in the back item frames and orange concretes in the side item frames. Those are indicators and brake lights, just in case you're curious. Or blinkers, or whatever, turn signals, whatever you guys call them, that's what they are. Now, once you have done that, we now have a few cool more things to add to the bus. I mean, this is a pretty decent looking bus already, right? I mean, minus the weird thing that's on the front of it, it's a pretty decent looking school bus. But, now that we've done that, let's get rid of all of our materials, because we need to make room here. We need light grey concrete, we need stone brick stairs, we need some stone brick slabs. We also need, I hope I get everything right, we need cobblestone wall. We need some nether brick slabs. We even need a sea lantern and also some black concrete. We even need a little bit of netherrack. I'm sure that more stuff will come up. I'm sure it will. As a matter of fact, you can even exchange the netherrack for you can exchange the netherrack for stone slabs, I do believe already. So make sure that you've got all of those, and we can move on to this next bit. Okay, so behind the yellow concrete that is on the top of the bus, this yellow concrete right here, place yourself you want to definitely place 2 light grey concrete coming backwards. 1, 2. And then light grey concrete on top. Then take the back light grey concrete at the bottom and extend it left, right, and backwards to form this sort of shape right here. Kind of difficult to explain, but quite easy to see what I'm on about. Like that. We then want to take the front left hand corner wheel. You want to take this wheel right here that we have right here. That doesn't make any sense. But you want to take this wheel right here. I'm sure that you guys can see what I'm on about. This one right here. And you want to place on the outside of the bus, up left diagonally, going upwards and backwards diagonally, place 3 light grey concrete. So here, here, and in front of the window, here. Place a grey concrete on top, a stone stairs on top of that, coming inwards a grey concrete. So we want to have something which should look exactly like this. We want to have the equivalent on the opposite side. Come to the opposite side here. And from the wheel, we want to place 3 up back light greys. So here, here, and here. And then place a grey on top, a stone brick stair on top, a grey coming inwards. So that is kind of like a brace that is on the front of the bus. Not only does it kind of like, it's basically just like to attach the balloon to the bus, and it also stops the wheels moving as well, or at least that's what it's supposed to do. So once you have done that, we want to come to the back set of wheels, and we want to do a similar thing here. From the back wheels, we want to place upwards and backwards diagonally 3 light grey concretes. 1, 2, 3, with a grey concrete on top, a stone brick stair on top of that, and then a grey concrete coming inwards. So we want to have something which should look like this. Come to the opposite side and do the same thing. So from this wheel, we want to place 1, 2, 3 light grey concretes, dark grey on top, stone brick stairs on top, grey concrete coming inwards. Connect those 2 grey concretes together, side to side, using stone brick slabs, by the way, at the top. It's different on the back than it is the front. Don't ask me why. I think it's because the yellow is on the way on the front, so I think that that's the problem. But now we have 2 sets of braces, right? That's perfect. But we have a little bit more to do. So if we take the... where shall we start? If we take the back pair of grey concrete blocks that are all the way at the back and on top of the bus, we want to position it like this. We want to leave 3 blocks difference between these grey blocks coming forwards. So like this grey block, leave a gap of 3, 1 block, 2 block, 3 blocks. On this 4th one, place a grey concrete. Move forwards, leave a gap of 3, 1, 2, 3. 4th block, place a grey, like that. We then want to have the same pairing on the opposite side. So here, we want to have the same grey, and also here. We want to connect them all together using nether brick slabs at the top. So use nether brick slabs at the top, connecting all of the grey concrete blocks together, like that. The upper half specifically. Place a layer of of black concrete inside of this in a square formation, like that. Place a sea lantern on the middle block, and place a black concrete in the 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 corners like that. On top of the sea lantern, place 2 black concretes. 1, 2. Then grab your netherrack and place, we place 2 netherracks, 1 and 2, like this. So this is what we have so far, and I know this looks weird, don't worry. We want to take the first netherrack and extend it in every direction. So like left, right, back, front, whatever, we want to extend it in all directions. Now, once you've placed your netherrack, you want to place a stone slab on every single black concrete block that we have down here. And then you want to connect these stone slabs together going all the way around, like this. So we want to have something which should look exactly like that. The sea lantern is hard to see from like the corners and stuff in certain angles, but you can see it from the sides. It looks very mechanical. So once you have this right here, it's up to you whether you do this next part now. Eventually we're going to be lighting the netherrack. So you might want to light it now. I'm going to light it now just for the fun of it. On top of every netherrack, you want to place, you want to use a flint and steel or whatever means you want to use. You want to just set that whole thing on fire. So you want to, on top of all of the netherracks, set them all on fire. That's what you want to do, and that's how like the balloon is kept like, you know, a lift or whatever, inflated, whatever word you want to use, who cares. So once you've done that, we're going to get rid of the flint and steel. We need the grey concrete, the cobblestone wall, and we also need the nether brick slabs. Yes. On top of the 4 grey concretes that we have at the base of the burner, we want to place 2 cobblestone wall. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And 1, 2. Like that. Then grey concrete on top of the walls. So all 4 of them, we're going to place grey concrete on top of the walls. And we want to place nether brick slabs connecting the lower half of all of the grey concretes together. So connecting them all together, we want to place nether brick slabs connecting all of them together like this. So this is the sort of thing that we want to have. Looks very, very weird, I'll admit that to you. It does look kind of strange, but also kind of cool. Kind of looks like some sort of like weird obelisk or something that people would pray to. But once you have that taken care of, we can move on to the next bit. So this next bit involves not many materials. We need light blue concrete, some white concrete, and also some iron bars. So, yeah. On top of the nether brick slabs that we have, we want to leave a gap of 3. So here's the easiest way. Place 3 white concrete on top of any one of these nether brick slabs. 1, 2, 3. Place light blue concrete on top of the 3rd block and destroy the white concrete. The blue concrete that we have here wants to, at this altitude, this height, it wants to be above all of the nether brick slabs. So, to show you, like, it wants to be here and here, in line with the slabs. We also want to have one on the front. We want to have it above the slabs here and here as well. I'm sure you guys can see what I'm up to. And on the right hand side, it wants to be above the slabs as well, leaving a 3 rows gap. And on the back also, it wants to be above the slabs. So you can see exactly like that it's above the slabs, and that's what we're after. On top of the light blue, stack a row of white concrete. So just on top of the blue, stack a row of white, no problem. Like that. Like that. There we go. Then we want to take any one of these blocks on the side, the left-hand side of this ring that we've created. Any one of these, it doesn't matter, right? You want to, from any one of these blocks, place an up left diagonal light blue concrete. And on top, another light blue. And then an up left diagonal with the white. And then go up by 2. 1, 2. And then we want to do an up left diagonal with the white. And go up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Place a light blue concrete on top. Do 2 up right diagonals coming back across the bus. 1, 2. Go right 1. Do an upright diagonal and go right by 2. 1, 2. Do a bottom right diagonal and go right 1. And do 2 bottom right diagonals. 1, 2. Go down by 4 with the white. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do a bottom left diagonal. Go down by 2. 1, 2, do a bottom left diagonal with the light blue, it's very important, and then go down by 1. So all in all, we want to have this shape right here. Kind of looks like a light bulb, or more importantly, kind of like a balloon. We want to take all of these blocks and we want to extend them one row towards us. So all of the blue, all of the white concrete, extend it one row towards you. Very, very important. Just like this, all the way around. Shouldn't take very long whatsoever. So, like that. You've got one row towards you. Okay? Now, this is where things get tricky. We want to take this shape and we want to shrink it. We want to shrink it and we want to bring it one row towards us. And at the same time, we want to match whatever color that we have in front of us, we want to match it. So that's a lot. Okay, let me show you. So one row inwards, one row towards us, using the same color on the side, we want to match the colors. So we want to place a light blue concrete here and here, and a white concrete here. Again, one row inwards, one row towards us, match the color. We want to place a white concrete here, and here, and here, 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 and here. A blue this time, because it's blue on the sides. Blue here, 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 and here. By the way, make sure that you don't connect at the corners. Very, very important stuff. And if we come back, we want to place a blue here, here, here. Place white concrete coming all the way down here, because you can see it's blue on the side, so we want white, so we want blue there. White on the sides here, we want white here. Then we want to place one here, here, and here. Then light blue concrete here, here, and there you go. So you might be able to see that we have shrank one inwards, one towards us. We're connected all the way around. Let's do the same thing again, right? So we want to now, one row inwards, one row towards us. We want to place blue here, and we want to come across because there's nothing in our way. And we want to bring these blocks upwards like this, but not the middle block, because we don't want it to connect to the corners unless it's necessary. And then we want to shrink it as well. We want to place our white concrete coming up like this. One row inwards. Oh, we almost made a mistake there. You can see it's blue on the sides, which means we want to have a blue block here. And here, we're just following the inside of the shape. As you can see, we're just following the inside of the shape. We can't really go too far wrong, to be honest with you. And you can see it. We're just gradually shrinking it one row at a time, just like that. And we want to do the same thing again. So start at the bottom, we just have a singular light blue concrete here. And we have whites on the sides coming up diagonally like this, coming all the way up to the top. We place a row of blue concrete here coming across the top diagonally. Once again, blocks don't connect together unless they really have to, like that. So we just want to have something which should look like this. And all we have to do now is just fill in the center of this using white. So pretty much just like one row towards us again, one row outwards, we want to place a row of white. That's going to be the final row, because we can't really shrink it anymore without it looking very strange. So that's why we have that. And that's a pretty pleasing yet easy way to make a little balloon. And we want to do the same thing on the back, right? So if we come to the back, we want to first of all extend everything one row towards us, because the middle of the balloon is 3 rows thick. At the moment it's 2, but it has to be 3 rows thick, just so it looks 3D, like that. Okay? Now we shrink it, and once again we're going to do it like one row inwards, one row towards us. That's pretty much all you need to know. Make sure that the colors are correct. Make sure that where you have blue on the sides, you place blue. But you just place blue. That's pretty much all there is to it. Like if you have white on the sides, then you place your white. It's, you know, there's nothing else to it really. And we just want to gradually keep shrinking it inwards where possible. When it's sort of impossible to avoid there, you want to not connect the blocks together at the corners. But where you have to, you have to. It's not really a big deal. But yeah, just follow the pattern. I know that I'm doing this rather fast because I spent quite a lot of time on the front of the balloon. balloons, so I don't really want to repeat myself. But, you know, it's the same thing going over and over and over again. And we also want to... Is this a final layer? This isn't the final layer. This is the penultimate layer, the second to last, pretty much. So we're just going to add this layer in. And then that will leave but one job to do. We only have one thing left to do after this. And, yep, just this final layer now, which I believe all is white. The only thing that we'll have to do once we have filled in the balloon, I'll tell you in a moment, once the balloon has been filled in, though, you want to have something which should look like that. So that is the back of the battle bus, and this is the front of the battle bus. You can see it's all the same on both sides. It looks quite good. Hopefully you guys have managed to make that, and once you have done that, we can move on to this final part. This is the final bit, guys. There's nothing else after this, I don't think. I don't make promises. Once you have done that, we need to connect all of the grey concrete blocks that are on top of the bus. There's only 4 of them that we can actually place stuff on. We need to connect them using iron bars to the balloon, because otherwise the balloon's kind of just floating there mystically and magically. So let's say that you're taking the front left-hand grey concrete. On top of it, place 2 iron bars. 1, 2. And then extend the second bar backwards, and then up. Back, and then up. Back, up, back, and up. And you should find that that connects diagonally to the balloon. Now, if you have to actually connect it to the balloon, if you're a little bit OCD and you need to see it connected, then you can connect it in the corners, although I have opted not to. So that's how it goes, and we want the same thing on the right hand side. So we'll place 2 iron bars. 1, 2, oh no, very small, 2, and then it's the same thing. We extend back and up, and then back, no, back, up, back, and up. I'm so bad at this game. Back, no, back, and then up. And you'll see that those 2 front corners are now connected. And all we have to do is now come to the back corners and do the same thing. We'll begin by placing 2 iron bars on top of the grey concrete. And all we have to do is move back, or, you know, in this case, I guess forwards and up to the middle part of the balloon. But it's the same thing. We're just moving in a different direction. It's just the same pattern, just up, back, or up, front, whatever. You guys get the point. We just follow the same pattern until we would connect indeed to the actual corners of the balloon, just like that. And then we just have one more to do, and then that should be the last thing. I don't think that there's anything else. I'm really happy about that, because it's quite a lengthy build. It's kind of complicated, right? It's like you start off with a pretty decent, easy to make school bus, and then you completely modify it until it looks barely anything like a school bus anymore. So those are all of the 4 connection points, and as you can see, that is the battle bus pretty much completed. One of the cooler builds that I've made. I really do love attaching balloons to things, as weird as that sounds. Don't do it to live animals, it's horrible. So once you have completed the battle bus, you should be left with something that should look like this. Let me clean up the land a little bit so that we can appreciate it just a bit more. So this is what the battle bus will look like once it's been 100% fully completed. Now, the only thing that we haven't done is the inside. It doesn't seem that important to me, but you can more than welcome to just put some chairs and stuff inside of it. I would also, by the way, I mean, we've made this on the ground. I should have mentioned this at the start of the video. If you want, you can suspend it in the air. I mean, the thing is meant to be flown, so, you know, take that into consideration. Maybe you want to make another version that is in the air. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know. It's up to you. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much absolutely everything. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. It helps me out so much. You've got no idea. It's so helpful for the channel. It really, really, really is. If you would like to check out more stuff by me and, you know, the sort of stuff that we have kind of like in the background around me, check out the card system and the description below. You'll be able to find loads of sort of playlists, like cartoon builds playlists, stuff from movies, stuff from games, fun builds. You guys, you know, I kind of make a little bit of everything here, along with some real houses and stuff as well, which there are none of around me, because this is kind of like a fun corner of my world. Did I say subscribe? I don't think I did. If you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing and click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure you got all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. Let me know if you've done that. It really helps me out, and I love to see that you guys have done that. And that is pretty much everything, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I really do. It's a very fun build to design and make, and kind of a fun tutorial to make as well. I don't know, I've really enjoyed this one. That's pretty much everything. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! And this video's subscriber shout out goes to, drumroll please, I don't have a drumroll sound effect, so I'll tell you what. Flamingunicorn 15. Great name, by the way. I've noticed you on a past few of my videos just being really positive, being really nice, commenting really nice things, and I just wanted to say that I appreciate you, and I appreciate subscribers like you that do keep things positive. You just say nice things. I just really appreciate it. That's why you've gotten today's shout out. I will be shouting somebody else out in the next video. If you're like Flamingunicorn, if you like all of the other past shout outs, all you gotta do is preferably just keep liking those videos, subscribe to the channel, click the little bell, and just be a really positive influence in the comment section. I really do appreciate you, Flamingunicorn 15. I hope you keep watching the videos, and I really do appreciate everybody that is like the people that do get featured at the end of the videos. Thank you so much, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. And, by the way, it could be you in the next subscriber shout-out. You know what to do.